Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Monday, May 17th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Monday, everyone. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. You'll see right here that price is pulling back here very modestly ahead of the RTH open. For the most part, we've had a significant bounce over the last couple of days, and this morning weakness could be an opportunity for bulls to defend for a shot at afternoon strength and perhaps strength here heading into new highs into the 4250 or beyond zone by the middle or end of the week. So we're looking at further strength ahead if price can hold on this pullback. How deep do we pull back? Do we get below the previous session's midpoint? Do we bounce off that zone? Right now you can see clearly that price is pulling back off the 4176s, which is the FOMC key level from April 28th. So that's the level to kind of push through right now. We've seen price kind of go back and forth around this level and back to it. We're looking perhaps for price to come back to that level, maybe snap to it again after that. Overall, this morning strength or morning weakness here, we'll see if it leads to afternoon strength for a continuation higher. A failure to hold the high from a couple of days ago could be a big time indication of weakness here. So if this thing starts to push back below that Thursday high, we may see a rotation back down. All right, let's take a look here at the NQ. You'll see here with the NQ, let's pop that up right there. You'll see right here, very similar price action. The difference between the ES and the NQ, or even the YM, if you throw the YM in there, is that right here, this market remains very, very bearish overall. Lower highs, lower lows. It remains in a downtrend here. We did get that big breakout here on Friday, stop run day through those highs. This is a fade after trend day. We could see a pullback as deep as Friday's midpoint. That level again needs to be a bouncing off point for bulls to get this thing back higher, perhaps toward 13.6. Any failure to hold that midpoint by the end of the day could suggest another round of weakness here as this thing drops to new lows within the downtrending channel. So right now NQ is a bit more bearish compared to the other markets here. ES, YM clearly leading higher. We'll see if this thing can continue to hold Friday's mid for a push at new highs into 13.6 or perhaps beyond. Taking a look now at crude oil. For the most part, crude oil right now pulling back just a hair, about 0.4% lower, but it's still inside the range that it has developed over the last couple of weeks. It's basically this range. It continues to see strength here at the previous month's close price. 64s had been support. Now price kind of dropping into those 63s and holding. So we have some range bound action here with an upward bias. So clearly we've seen these lows come into play here, and we've seen this thing continue to climb higher. You kind of see this uptrending channel, and anytime you build this energy here, we could be looking at a continuation higher. Our thought has been that we are likely going to continue higher toward that 67.98 previous high there. That's basically 68. It's the key range high. We've made our way from the key range low. Very bullish overall. So again, early weakness this morning. This weakness right now, we'll see if bulls look to defend that for a continuation higher. Anything as deep as Friday's midpoint could still be defended, but looking for strength here into those 68s later in the week. Lastly, taking a look at gold futures here. This one's up about 1/3% here, but finally got into those 1850s here. The high today, 1855.80. We've been talking about that level ever since this day right here, which was basically the first trading day of April. We mentioned that higher low suggested we could be headed much higher if price can reclaim those 1765s, and it did. Found support and has continued higher ever since, finally getting those 1850s now. We talked about before, 1850 was kind of the bottom end of the high target zone. 1850 to 1875 was the target zone, so that's the bottom end of it. We've had a significant push into that zone now. Can price continue this thing into 1874s or perhaps even higher, 1960? What I've mentioned before is any pullback as deep as 1800 could still be defended for a continuation toward 1900 and beyond. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.